great. It blows up. Wait, no. This is all on video, by the way. Okay, so we're just gonna go through this really fast. So I'm gonna do well. Let's see. What I'm gonna do is go through all the modules that you guys are gonna go over in your free CodeCamp modules, and I'm gonna go to the concepts. So let's go over the concepts right now. So test. I'm just gonna open up my project and
So what did you do there? Like, what is that? The SUBL?
hmm?
Where is that SUBL
Oh, that's their Sublime Text being able to open inside um, your terminal, but you have to set up an alias to do that. So an alias is basically you say like, okay, this will be equal to opening up Sublime Text from where you are, and you have to do it in the Bash script.
So what's the difference? Is there a difference between, like, does it open a specific file or?
Well, I did Civil, and then I put everything in. So everything is dot, and so everything in this directory will open up in here.
The whole project.
hmm So this is the same as me going File, Open,
Yeah.
and then going to the project itself. So same thing, just for me it's faster to do it to terminal.
Yeah.
So set up an alias. See if you can do it.
Let's figure it out.
Yeah. Yeah, just look up those words. Setting up an alias for Sublime Text,
I'm
and
probably not gonna
then
be able to. It's not gonna happen.
if you forget, then you can ask this guy. Is it really Adobe? Oh, I didn't know that. Brackets?
Oh yeah, it is. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
That one and Experience Designer are like those are totally new because freaking even Photoshop and Illustrator they have that laggy scrolling versus the you saw how smooth the
Yeah, everything was
Xcode
really
was,
smooth.
yeah.
Hmm.
So those are totally built like on Unicode and everything because even brackets on the Mac is like it has the really smooth Mac scrolling.
Cool.
Yeah, so you get tablets on that.
That's awesome. All right, so we're going to start up our code learning. So first off, we're going to start off with comment your JavaScript code. So to comment JavaScript code, so I opened up a random JavaScript file. And of course, everything I have is in document.ready, which we learned in jQuery. So let's say that I wanted to add a comment. A comment is just something that's going to be ignored by your JavaScript. And so if I put anything in here, so if I put this in here, it is going to get ignored. This is the exact same thing as if you commented out code inside your CSS file. And it's the same syntax too. So a single line comment is // a multi-line comment is / asterisk and asterisk /. So anything between these you can put, whatever code and it will be, ignored. So ignore the code will ignore anything in here. Cool. So hopefully you guys already knew that one. Another easy one, storing values with the assignment operator. So the assignment operator is the single equal sign, and we use it usually when we are. I can't think of any other time to use it. Oh, actually no, you can use it in other ways. But let's say you create a variable and you name the variable something like banana, and use this assignment operator. So banana will equal what monkeys love. This string, and a string is just a data type, which means just a different kind of thing. So a string is a certain type of thing that you can use in JavaScript and across all programming languages. And this string just consists of a series of characters. So this character is one character. This is another character. A is a character. T is a character. Blank space is a character. M is a character. O is a character. Is N a character? Yes, N is a character. It's the next one. Each of these characters is composed of a string. So it's like a string of characters put together. Okay? Now, what we're thinking about is, well, what does this equal sign have anything to do with banana? So what it's saying is this equal sign is an assignment operator. It assigns whatever's on the right-hand side to the left-hand side. In this case, we created a variable. A variable is just a storage container. A storage container that stores whatever's on the right-hand side into that storage container. What's the name of the storage container? Banana. So banana is the name of the storage container. So you can think of it, it's like, okay, banana. It's empty right now, but then on the right-hand side, we said, put this string called what monkeys love. Now what does banana have inside?
The string.
Yeah, the string, what monkeys love. That's it. Nothing more complicated than that. It's just whatever you put inside of it. So if I change this to 32, what is banana now?
32.
Okay.
It's a number.
Yep, now it's an integer, right? Well, let's say I put, yo, now what does banana have inside? Yo, right? Okay.
So I've never tried this before. Can I make the variable equal the file? Because I just saw that right now. You could have made it equal JS
It'll be a
file.
string.
You can have it as a string and then parse the string. Yeah. So what he said is, like, let's say that you have, what you do is have something that parse string, and then it would parse it, and then you'd send that data file somewhere, like using Ajax. Oh, it's not. I just made that function up. Like, let you parse it somehow. Like use. Oh, here we go. If you have jQuery.ajax, Ajax takes in two arguments. First argument is a file name. Second one is the method. So use like get. That would be where you can put in a file name. Yeah. So the question was, can you put a file name into a variable? You can, but you basically essentially just be saving it as a string, which is just a series of characters.
Yeah, whatever how many characters that is.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
But it wouldn't be
you need something that can understand what that series of characters means, right? So it'd parse it and be like, oh, okay, you actually mean this file name.
Didn't
Or
we,
you can parse it yourself, huh?
didn't we do that in like the first project when we were swapping images? Storing images as a variable?
We were doing that, yeah. We were doing that with
What's the function was
image. We were doing that with image files.
yeah,
So what we were doing is we were swapping out um, the SRC and the data attributes
yeah, we swapped
from
that.
each other. Yeah.
Yeah, when we were storing file names.
Yeah, so you can actually store those because the data attributes can read. So the question was, in the first week, didn't we use strings to hold and transition different files? And yes, we did. We store them inside strings, and again, because the data attribute and because the SRC attribute inside the image element can understand and parse through those strings to understand what that means. So you have to have something that understands what those strings mean, right? So if I just put like a string into some function that has no idea what to do with it, then it's not going to work. But let's say the SRC attribute, it knows what to do with the string that has something in it. In the SRC attribute, if I put like banana but I didn't put like a file extension, it's not going to understand what to do with it. But if I put the right file extension, banana but.html, and it actually exists, then it's going to go through that. Well, it's not going to go through it because it's an HTML file, but it looks for like an image file, like a PNG, a JPEG, something like that. So it depends on which method you're using, what you're using it to parse through. These are good questions though, but they're a little advanced for some people might be confused. So Frank and Lydia, if you guys have questions about that, that's a little bit more advanced stuff. But yeah, keep asking these though. So understanding uninitialized variables. So here is an uninitialized variable. This is just me declaring a variable. Declaring a variable just means that I have the variable available to use later. So now I can just use banana equals instead of having to put var banana because I already declared it here. So now I could put var banana or just banana equals yo, right? So now I don't have to use this var because I declared it over here. Now I initialized it. Initialized means that you've assigned a value to the variable. The value is whatever's on the right hand side. How did it get assigned? What operator did it use?
Equal.
Equal sign. This is the assignment operator, right? The single equal sign is an assignment operator. What does it do? In your own words?
It assigns the value on the right to the name of the variable.
Yeah. It assigns whatever's on the right to whatever's on the left. As simple as that. So I want you guys to think about it like less technical and like more like in your own words. So if you guys can like think about how to like explain it to each other or like to your parents and stuff like that. And that's another thing I want you guys to do. Like whenever you guys learn something new, I want you guys to try to explain it to other people. And that'll help you guys consolidate your knowledge as well. Okay. So case sensitivity. This var banana is different than var banana with a capital V. So variables are case sensitive. You want to make sure that you have the variables written in the right form. If you don't capitalize, if you miss the letter, it's not the same thing. So they are case sensitive. That's it for that one. All right. You can also do calculations using numbers. So numbers exist in all programming languages as well. In JavaScript, you can just do 2 plus 2. Notice that there's no quotations around them. That doesn't. If I put quotations around these, now there's strings, and you can't do math, right? Now if I do this without the quotation marks, it's integers, right? So this will actually resolve to 4. If I did, yeah.
That's a silly question. But since when you made it to strings at one time, would it be 1 plus 1? Because there are strings of 1.
You getting what?
Wait, what? You get 1 1.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So the question was if you made them into strings.
Oh, because
Well,
you're just placing them next to each
yeah.
other.
If you put them into strings, then it's called string concatenation. Concatenation just means that you just put them together. Like when you use a plus sign with two strings, what actually happens is you just combine these two together. So this will actually become that. It just smashes things together. This plus sign, when it comes to strings, it smashes them together. But what happens when you take out the strings? When you make them numbers? They add together, right? Exactly. Um, Again, the same thing applies to subtraction, division, and multiplication. So you can add, subtract, multiply, and divide. You can also increment and decrement a number with JavaScript. So to increment a number, let's say that you have var num equals 2. Now, incrementer and decrementer are used a lot. So this is important to learn. What actually happens when you increment a variable, so let's say it has to be a number, right? So you do something like num equals num plus 1. Now, what's happening is you're saying, okay, this num is going to be what num is right now. So num is equal to 2, so it says 2 plus 1, and then assign that to num. Now, again, that sounds a little confusing, but you're just essentially saying, okay, left-hand side, assignment operator, whatever's on the right-hand side gets put into the left-hand side, right? So on the right-hand side, num is equal to 2, right? Plus 1, so 2 plus 1 is what? 3. Now, where does that get put in? To the left. So it just gets put right here. Now, there's a shortcut way of doing that. Num plus plus. If you do that, it does that whole line that we did before. So it does 2, what num is equal to, plus 1, and then it stores it into num. Okay? So now, what is num after this statement? 3. It's 3, right? Excellent. Now, the decrementer variable is num equals num minus 1. What is num after this? 1, exactly. Now, the shortcut method is this. What is num after this? 1. What about now? Oh, wait, what about now? 3. Yeah. What about now? 1. Yeah. Uh,
Because it's like the minus sign is being blurred into an equal sign.
oh, yeah, it
So
is
I'm
kind
like,
of.
what the
Sorry.
hell is happening?
It's a laser shooting at the num. What is a laser shooting at the num? Num minus minus. So decrementer and incrementer are used a lot, especially in loops. They're used in loops. Okay, we're gonna go over loops way not way later, but maybe in a couple weeks.
That's way later.
Yeah, that is way later, kind of. Okay. Create decimals with JavaScript. So to create a decimal with JavaScript, it's really hard. You do this. That's it. So it's just you just put a dot. Just like you guys would with regular decimals.
It's more work.
It's more work. Yeah, it makes you do this. Right? You guys know what decimals are, right? 3.2, 3.4,
Aren't
point
they
2.
called like floats or something?
Yeah, they're called floats, but whatever. They're decimals. You can multiply two decimals together. So this times this, and I'll give you a decimal answer. You can do the same thing with division. So this is all like basic stuff. Like whatever you can do with math, you can do in programming.
But you can't do decimal with a regular number, can you? You have to add a dot.
You can. I forgot what it does. I
Don't you
don't.
have to do some magical stuff?
I forgot what happens. 3.2 divided by. Oh. You'd have to do this.
Yeah, you have to add a dot or
Yeah.
something.
Dot zero. Yeah. Um.
So it has to be decimal by decimal and integer by integer.
Yeah, but let me double check. I think you can get away with it nowadays. I'm not sure. Let's see if the browsers have caught on to it.
Do you
No.
think there's a way to get like a live console going in Sublime?
I think there is.
Cause like,
I'm so lazy though.
have you messed with the Xcode playgrounds?
Yeah. Well, Xcode itself. You mean Xcode, right?
Yeah.
The IDE? Yeah.
The playgrounds, have you messed with them?
No. What's the
Oh,
playgrounds?
those are so cool. Okay, so it's just basically it's a file type, I guess, but basically what it does is I guess you write your code and then it'll do it all live and it'll show you what the values and your functions are returning and everything live. So for example,
Live, like.
if you did one plus one on the right, it'll show you it equals two.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, so if you
Oh,
want to
so
like,
without having to like inspect or anything like
yeah,
that.
yeah,
Oh, that's cool.
yeah,
I think yeah. A lot of IDEs are like that, like
yeah.
integrated developer environments. Like I used to use Eclipse when I worked with Java.
Mm,
So Java is like you have to use like
mm.
like a proper IDE, and all the outputs are printed right there inside the IDE.
Yeah, it's cool. I guess it's a playground and you mess with your code and then if it works, you throw it into your project.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, this does work. So I guess you should always use when you're doing decimals, and you're dividing it or multiplying it with a number that's not decimal. Just put point 0, and that makes it a decimal. That makes it a float. But I think most browsers are actually up to date, and they say like, okay, even if you don't have that, it's fine.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. So they'll let you get away with a lot too. Um, what is it called? I think it's called type conversion. It'll convert the integer to a float. So again, we have some students that are advanced, some students who aren't. It's okay. Don't worry about everyone else. If you guys have questions, make sure you ask me. I know it's late, and I know I'm tired. We're almost done.
I like a good struggle the most days with stuff.
Hmm?
I like a good struggle most days.
Because I'm getting older.
You hit 30 like last week.
What?
Did you hit
Yeah,
30?
I hit 30, yeah. And I'm turning 31 this year.
Oh, really?
And I'm, yeah, I know.
I was not doing all smart ass remark. Wait, you're turning 31 a year after me?
Thank you for doing the math for me, by the way. Oh, alright. Yeah, this one's not that important. This one's just like simple stuff. Augmented subtraction, augmented division. Yeah, that's like basic stuff. This is an assignment for you guys to do. Declaring string variables. We already went over that. Literal quotes and strings. We already went over that. Oh, escaping literal quotes and strings. We didn't do that. Okay. So let's say that you guys have a string and it's some string equals I'm so pretty, oh so pretty, I'm so pretty and witty and gay. Isn't it from what's that one musical? What's That Story? No. Is it?
What?
Is it What's That Story? I don't know. It's from something. It's also from a movie called Anger Management. Um,
Yeah, they did West Side Story references in that.
I think they did, yeah. So let's say that you wanted to escape a quote. So you wanted to quote someone. So let's say, hey, have you heard that line from. What? That's stupid. I'm going to concatenate it because it's stupid. Nah, I don't want to concatenate because I want you guys to learn just one thing at a time. From West Side Story. So when you guys are doing strings, you use quotes, right? But let's say that you want to quote within a quote. So you want to quote, you want the double quotes to actually show up. Well, then you're in a predicament, right? Not necessarily. You can escape the quote. Shit, is it backslash or is it forward slash? Backslash, yeah. I always forget that. So you can just do that. And now this quote will show up. And then we end it with double quotes. So now if you backslash any character, it will show up. And it essentially escapes it. So let's say that there's a character that would normally not show up, like you have enclosed like double quotes, right? Then this will now show up, and that's it.
Oh, 'cause I wanted the quotations to show up.
Yeah, you want the quotations to show up, right?
Right. I was gonna say, isn't it don't you?
Hmm.
Never mind, never mind.
Okay.
That's my question.
Okay. So I'm gonna refresh this, and let's see what happens. So look at my console. Hey, have you heard that song West Side Story? And you see these double quotes. I'm so pretty, oh so pretty, I'm so pretty, and witty and gay. And look at that. Double quotes show up. Otherwise, they wouldn't show up. I guarantee it. Okay, quoting strings with single quotes. So you can also, instead of escaping them, you could have just used, so let's take those out. You can instead just use single quotes. However, if you use single quotes, that means you have to escape anything with a single quote in it. Otherwise, it thinks that you're ending the string. So then you have to do this. And then you have to do this. And then you're good. No, that's it. That's all. There's just two of them, right? So anything with a single quote, then you have to escape it to make it show up. And that's it. Okay, you can also, okay, so what I mentioned before was you can concatenate strings together. So let's say that you guys have this string, right? So var some string equals, Omar, that's one string. Another string called, well, let's put first name. Then we put last name. And then we put full name. For full name, let's just say that we want to use these existing variables plus last name. This is one way to do it. So do alert full name. And it puts these two together. Omar Patel. Notice that, is there spaces between these? No spaces, right? So to put a space, I actually have to put a space in the string. And then if I refresh, Because again, every character in a string counts, including the spaces, right? A space is a character. So let's see. Um, let's just put these together in one line. For some reason, we wanted to do it like this. I mean, you wouldn't do it like this, but let's say you want to do it like this. You could do it like that too. Normally, it would just be like this, right? But let's say that you wanted to put, plus middle name plus. So you didn't know what the middle name was, so var middle name. And now it'll go in the middle here. So the plus sign, the plus operator is a concatenation operator when it comes to strings. That means it just combines strings together, smushes them together. So what is this going to come out to? What does full name contain? Yes, Omar Salim Patel. So Omar, middle name is this. So Salim, then Patel. Is that important? No, that's the same thing. Find the length of a string. Oh, this one's important. So let's say that you wanted to find the length of a string. So var some string equals, hey guys, this is a random letter about stuff. And now you want to know what the length of this is. The length is the amount of characters inside of a string. Now this can be important if you're writing an essay. If they say 1500 characters or less. Not necessarily how many words, just the amount of characters, right? So each character. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You guys have seen this in Twitter. What does it say? How many characters or less? 140 characters or less, right? That doesn't mean how many words. It means, yeah, whatever it is, right? So it's just the amount of like little spaces and everything. So each character, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, only this much, including spaces. So we're going to put some string in there, console.log. And console.log, if I haven't gone over it before, it'll log whatever you put into it into the console. So refresh, and we access our console here, and it says, hey guys, this is a random letter about stuff. Now what we're going to do is we want to get the length of this. So we do dot length. This is a method called length, and we just call it on our sum string. Sum string is, again, this string over here. So we're just doing console.log, which will log anything to the console. We're calling our sum string, which is this string over here. And we're calling a length on it. So it's going to be the amount of characters in this string. So let's see how many characters there are. Can anyone guess before we do it? 10 seconds to guess. 42?
Can I say it again?
No. Go, quick.
50.
50? How many do you think? How many do you think?
One, Bob.
Lydia?
36.
36. All right, ready? And refresh. I'm going to say 45.
Shit, you already knew.
40! Holy crap! I did not know that. I did not know that. Oh my god. I did not know that. That's amazing.
You counted while you were typing.
I did not count at all. I literally just guessed that.
I mean, we really can't trust
Did you guys? I mean, you really should trust me.
That's a pretty solid reaction.
Yeah, I was surprised. I was really surprised because I did not expect that.
I feel kind of sad if we were like acting it out before. He was like, I have to pretend.
Yeah.
Well,
No, I was like, whoa. I just kind of spazzed out a little bit because it was trippy. All right. Good job.
I was close too.
Not exact close.
going over.
That's true. You get second prize here. Empty bottle.
I said
You went over.
I did go over.
Okay. So use bracket notation to find the first character in the string. So we're going to use bracket notation. So let's say that you wanted to find a character inside of a string. So let's just say var first car equals, well, how would you do that? Let's find this first character. Now, we're going to go over something called zero-based indexing. Now, it sounds fancy, but all that means is you find the location of something and you start with the number 0, and then you count upwards. So The location of the first character in the string is 0. Then the next one is 1. Next one is 2. Next one is
3,
next one.
4.
Ah, you guys are getting the hang of this. So it starts at 0 though. Okay? The counting starts at 0. So if you wanted to get the first one, you can use these brackets, these array brackets, and it will just give you the first character. So let's put console.log first car. Yeah, and that was it. Okay. This should be camel case. Oh, when you create variables, you want to make them in camel case. Camel case means lowercase first word, second word onwards should be capitalized. Next word capitalized. Next word capitalized. That way it's like a hump. Camel case, right? Each one of these first letters are of the next word are humps. So let's see what it looks like. So what do you guys think is gonna happen? What are you guys gonna see?
It's gonna take the H.
The letter H. Let's see if Frank is correct.
Get a vowel.
Can you get a vowel?
Nope.
Yes. Well, it wasn't a vowel; it was a consonant, but you still got it. All right. All right. All right. All right. We got Matthew McConaughey in here. You guys like Interstellar? It's a good movie. I'll just talk like this the rest of the day. I'll tell you, Lincoln's a good car. Lincoln. All right, understanding string immutability. You can't actually change a string. It may look like you can, but strings are immutable. They're invincible. You cannot change them. So if I wanted to change, let's say, some string 0 to, like B, it wouldn't say "Bay guys, this is a random letter about stuff." It just wouldn't change. To change it, you'd actually have to save it into a new string. So you have to do var new string equals, hey guys, this is a random, or Bay guys, this is a random letter about stuff. So you can't change strings, but you can save a new version of a string into here. So you can do,
Can you reassign it?
you can reassign, like, let's say you wanted to change just like the first letter. I don't want to go over those methods right now though, because that's gonna be too complicated. But basically, just think about strings as being immutable, meaning that you can't change them unless you do something else, like save them into a new variable.
So you can't even write. What's the name of the first variable?
The name of the first variable?
Oh, some string. So you can't write some string equals, and then give it a new string.
No, yeah. No, that's just reassigning the variable.
Yeah.
You can reassign the variable, but you can't change the existing variable. You can't so what the question was, can you reassign the variable? Yeah. So you can say some string is now equal to something else. But you didn't change the string. You just reassigned this variable. Right? This string still remained the same. This is like up here somewhere, and you just reassign this variable, whatever was contained inside here, to something different. But this string remained the same. You didn't change the string itself. You can use bracket notation to find the nth character in a string. You can use bracket notation to find the last character in a string, and you can find an end to last. So let's go over different ways of finding. We're off to see the wizard. And come on. So to find the nth character in a string, that just means to find any other character in a string. So let's say that you wanted to find, I don't know, some other character. M. Go back to work. Some string, let's say 3 or 4. So what would 4 give you? What would this give you? So Lydia, what would this one give you?
Wait, spaces counts?
Like,
Hmm.
like where would you be at?
Yeah. So what would some other car contain?
Something.
But I put 4 in the bracket. What does that do?
Does that that has something to do with the hey guys, this is a random letter
Yeah.
stuff, right?
Yeah. So this is some string, right? So I'm saying some string. Give me the index of 4.
Give 4.
No, not 4 of them. Remember, what did we go over indexing with? If I put 0 in here, what would it give you? If you put 0 in there, what would it give you?
It'll give you the G.
Well, if I put 0 in there, what would it give
We
you?
were talking about the 4, but
It's H. It's to give you H because this starts at the first one. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 0 gives you H. So what does 1 give you? Lydia, what would 1 give you? No? What would 1 give you? If 0 gives you H, what would 1 give you? E. So it's just giving you the different characters. So what would 2 give you? U?
Also, it'd be E, right?
No, so 0 is H, 1 is E, then what's 2? Y. Yeah. It's just as simple as that. What does 3 give you?
G.
Does it? 0, 1, 2. Does the space count? Yeah, the space counts. So it give you the empty space. What does 4 give you? Yep, G. Okay. So that's how you get any character.
So is that like how much ever you have of like text?
Hmm.
So like you could have as much text and then that you'll just apply the number in it.
Yeah, let's say that you want to just get one of the letters from it. The index will give you that letter. So let's say you did like 15. Then it would be 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. It would go through this really fast and it'll give you I. Yeah. You got it.
So easy though, like I feel stupid.
No, it's okay. Take your time. Last character in the string, same thing. Actually, last character would be a little bit more difficult. So we do some string dot length minus 1. So some string dot length gives you the amount of characters inside the string, right? So it's going to be like 45. There's 45 characters in the string, right? That's how many we calculated. That's how much it gave us, right? So to get the last character in the string, since it starts at 0, you just subtract by 1. So it gives you 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 38, 44, 40, 44 or something. 44 is this last one. So it's 45. So the sum string dot length minus 1 will give you 44. So it's going to give you the last one. And we could change the string, and this will still give you the last one in there. So play with that and see if you can get that. And with that, I'm going to let you guys go. I want you guys to complete these different free code camp modules. And I want you guys to submit your projects up to GitHub. The project update for this week is actually very easy. All you do is commit your changes, create a separate branch for your GitHub project, and then push up to GitHub. Your free code camp modules are going to be the ones that I covered today. So make sure you complete those. And I'll see you guys.